Yo. What up, people? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I am your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big ups to that 501 and that 317. And we back with another one. Yes, sir. We are back with another one, and we will be reviewing The Last Dance, episode 7 and 8. So buckle up, get ready, and let's go. Smash that thumbs up button on your way in. Y'all know what it is. Yo. Welcome back. All right, man, let's go ahead and get into it. The Last Dance, episode 7 and 8, premiered last night. And one of the better episodes, in my opinion. We got to see a side of Jordan that was a little bit more vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? He kind of broke down. Well, I don't want to say broke down, but got emotional at the end of episode 7. But before we get there, let's go ahead and start from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The episode 7 started with the Bulls been in the 1997 NBA playoffs, and they were playing the New Jersey Nets. And then they did a flashback to 1993 after Jordan and them had won the title. And a lot of things were going on back then. Like you could tell that Michael and some of the team wasn't as excited as they normally were when they won the first two. He seemed exhausted. It seemed like stuff was getting to him. The media with the whole gambling shit, and and a lot of different things were going on back then. And then we hit a tragic situation. Michael Jordan lost his father in 1993, which we all know. And I was it 93, 94, or was it just 93? It was somewhere around there, but a lot of people started to attribute Michael Jordan's dad's death with Michael Jordan gambling, which wasn't the case. There wasn't not a shred of evidence to prove that Michael Jordan's dad's death was due to any kind of Michael Jordan gambling. So I'm glad we got that rumor out the way. And they later to come find out that Michael Jordan's dad, according to the story, had pulled off to the side of the road. You know, he was getting a little tired, and two guys came up to rob him, and he took a gunshot wound to the chest, and they found his body in a nearby creek on the border of South Carolina and North Carolina. So that was tragic. That was very, very tragic at that time. And Michael Jordan's mom always told him, and his dad always told him, try to turn a negative into a positive. And that's what we seen at that funeral. Michael Jordan spoke, and then he always said that his father told him to turn a negative into a positive. And one of the things that Michael Jordan did was he left the game. You know, he was at a baseball game, the White Sox game, and Jerry Reinsdorf, the owner of the Bulls and White Sox, had him up in his press box after Michael Jordan threw out the first pitch. And rumors came out that the Bulls were going to have a massive press conference tomorrow. And the particulars of that press conference wasn't really supposed to be leaked out, but word came that it was going to be because of Michael Jordan retiring. And we see that. I mean, like we seen the retirement ceremony, right? Like we seen how many media outlets was there. Like this not even social media area, you know, like era. You know what I'm saying? It's 1990, and the whole world, it seemed like, was at Michael Jordan retirement ceremony or retirement conference or whatever you want to call it. And he let the world know, you know, saying at that point in time he needed some new challenges, and he wanted to go play baseball, a childhood dream of his, and that's what he did. He wanted to go down to play for the Birmingham somebody in Double A. The only reason why they didn't have him in Single A is because the media facilities wasn't big enough for single A. So Jordan goes out to play baseball, right? At the same time, the Chicago Bulls, the 1994 version, they out there whooping ass. They out there showing what the triangle offense is all about. Scottie Pippen is looking like a top two, top three player in the world. You know what I'm saying? He's out there doing his thing, but there was some controversy when Michael Jordan wasn't there. Scottie Pippen was asked to go in late and inbound the ball and find Tony Kukoc for the game winner, and Scottie refused. Scottie refused. He felt slighted by Phil Jackson. He felt disrespected by Phil Jackson. He felt like Phil wasn't being fair to Scottie. But that just goes into the greatness of Phil. The mastermind that is Phil Jackson. He knew where his bread was buttered at. He knew Tony Kukoc was a better shooter. He knew Tony Kukoc could have been a little bit more, maybe a little bit more clutch in big moments. And he drew up a play for Tony Kukoc. Scottie refused to go in. Tony Kukoc got the ball, dribbled one time, game winner, and that's what it was, man. That's what it was. And his teammates, even though they celebrated on the court, off the court, man, it really took something from Bill Cartwright to come in there and break down emotionally and question Scottie, like, bro, why you quit on us like that? Why you quit on us like that, Scottie? We a family, we a team, we go to war together, and you want to quit on us? Nigga started breaking down, tears in his eyes, tears in Scotty's eyes, and everybody said, yeah, Scotty was like, man, you're right. I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And Jordan had got word of it, and he was just like, man, Scotty's never going to be able to live this down. In any conversation that we have, or anybody start debating, Scotty's not going to be able to live this down. And to this day, you know what I'm saying? People still, like, when you were interviewing Steve Kerr and all the other guys, they were just like, man, Scotty quit on us, man. We weren't expecting that. We was not expecting for Scotty to quit on us like that. But that version of the Bulls was really good, and they made it to the semifinals or the conference finals of the 93-94 playoffs. But they ran into the Knicks, who beat them in 7 games. Fast forward a little bit, going back to baseball. Michael Jordan proved to be pretty solid baseball player, you know. First 13 games, he had a 13-game hitting streak. Then they started to change up, you know what I'm saying, throw the change-ups on him. And then he just started putting in the work. A lot of those guys, a lot of the coaches, what's my guy named, the old Red Sox head coach? I might forget his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He said that he's one of the hardest workers that he ever seen in his life. The guy, the batting coach said Jordan would just come and hit off the change-up machine, then take batting practice, then go to the game, and then bat some more after the game. So Jordan was very, very dedicated. He broke his body down. Tim Grover, his personal coach or whatever you want to call him, they broke his body down, got him into baseball shape. And if it wasn't for the strike in '94, the baseball strike in '94, who knows? A lot of people think that Jordan could have got to the major leagues. You know what I'm saying? They said if he had like 1,500 at bats, he could have got to the major leagues. But he wasn't able to do that. You know what I'm saying? His baseball career was only 18 months. And a lot of people was looking at the time of his retirement. He had the gambling investigation going on. His daddy died. A lot of people were speculating that his gambling was tied to his father's death. And a lot of people started to speculate that the NBA had something to do with Michael Jordan being suspended or retiring. A lot of people thought that David Stern gave Michael Jordan a secret suspension, which David Stern, God rest his soul, came out on a documentary last night and said, no, that was not the case. Michael Jordan was emphatic by saying, no, that was not the case. Let me move on from there. Fast forward to the 94 playoffs or 94 season. Scottie Pippen, the Bulls are struggling, you know what I'm saying, struggling mightily too. They are in the like the 7-8 seed spot. And Scottie gets on his was on the sideline. Famous little tidbit. or a little take or whatever you want to call it, that segment. Scotty puts his feet up and just does this right here. You know what I'm saying? And on the bottom of the shoe is the Jordan emblem. I don't know if Jordan saw that. I don't know if that made Jordan come back, but one day, Jordan calls BJ Armstrong, hit him up, say, "Man, let's have lunch." So those guys have lunch. They out eating. And Jordan like, "Man, what you about to go do, man?" You know what I'm saying? Jordan just being Jordan. Like, he knew damn well what the fuck BJ Armstrong was finna go do. He was going back to the training facility. In the Bulls training facility to go to practice. And from that point on, like Jordan and BJ started out, like BJ started talking that shit like, bro, you old, you ain't the same dude no more, you ain't got it no more, you ain't this, you ain't that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't the real Michael Jordan. You ain't the guy that motherfucker was scared of back in the day. And a friendly little shooting contest turned into a full blown game of 1-on-1. And then Jordan started coming back and back and back and back and started going to practice, man. And one day his assistant, you know what I'm saying, was getting ready to announce, you know what I'm saying, his return to the NBA, and he was doing this memo and all this kind of shit. And Jordan just walked in and like, man, we don't need all that shit. That ain't really saying what I wanted to say. So Jordan, like, man, let me do the memo. He walked over to the sheet of paper, put down 2 words, and faxed it out to everybody who mattered. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. The king back. The king back. And in that season, bro, we got a glimpse on how good Jordan just like was, bro. He was excellent. The man was absolutely excellent, bro. 19 games left that season. Bulls made a playoff. He scored 55 in those 19 games one time. Like he went back to the Garden and busted niggas up for 55. Double nickels, baby. Like 19 games. You've been playing baseball all this long. But the Bulls had in the 94 season, they had let Horace Grant go down to the Orlando Magic, and Horace Grant was blooming, was turned into a superstar down there with Orlando. And the Bulls, they messed up with the Orlando Magic that series. And we all know how that first game, you know what I'm saying, first kind of thing went. Jordan, late game situation, got past Nick Anderson. Nick Anderson come up behind, knocks the ball from Jordan. The ball goes to D3 or something like that. They go by then down court to Nick Anderson, and they take the lead. And that right there led to a number switch. Nick Anderson saying 45 damn sure ain't 23. And the Bulls came back and they battled. But at that point in time, Jordan was not in basketball shape. Jordan was not in any kind of shape to go out there and really compete with that young, hungry team. And that team was hungry. It had Shaq, it had Penny, it had D3, it had Horace Grant, it had Nick Anderson. That was a very, very good team that the Bulls faced. And that team went on to make it to the NBA Finals where they faced the Houston Rockets, while Jordan and them had to go back home and regroup. And around that time, Jordan, new movie Space Jam was coming out, which we all have seen. I'm saying if you're my age, you definitely seen Space Jam. And he knew in order to get back to the pinnacle at where he was going to need Warner Brothers Studios to, if he was going to record that movie, to have a special training facility for him, built for him on the set of the movie. And that's exactly what they did. They built a full court basketball court. They built a weight room, a little weight facility. And Jordan just invited all the NBA players to come up to Warner Brothers and hoop with him. And that's how he started to get back in shape. That's how he started to take notes on guys that he played against. Oh, Reggie Miller likes doing this, or Sean Kim McGarrett Payton, they like doing this and they like doing that, or whoever. And that right there spurring into the 96, 97, or 96 Bulls, which people think is the best team of all time. Folks think that 95, 96 team or your 95, 96 team could be the best Bulls team of all time. That team went 72-10, and they was out there smacking niggas. Smacking niggas. Smack, 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 smack. You get a smack. You get a smack. You get a smack. Out there beating dudes' ass. And I mean, they messed up with the Seattle Supersonics in the finals, and they took a 3-0 lead, even though Gary Payton was able to come back and win the next two games. Gary Payton attributed some of that success by George Carl letting him switch on to Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan was just saying that he had other things on his mind. Father's Day was coming up, and they won that ring, that game 6 on Father's Day. Jordan just cooked the goddamn Sonics, man. He cooked them. And yeah, man, it was just a surreal moment for Jordan. You know what I'm saying? It was very, very surreal. He was very emotional when he won that ring with his father passing away like he did. And you could tell, like from the raw emotion, like Jordan did not want to let that ball go. He didn't want to let people to see his raw emotion. Like that really, really, really meant a lot to Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Winning that ring on Father's Day. And now we get to the point of Michael Jordan being a good teammate. Or no. Yeah, Michael Jordan being a good teammate and Michael Jordan being a nice guy. And Michael Jordan, like he made it crystal clear. Like something gotta give. Like you can't be a nice guy and be a great leader. Those things are not mutually exclusive. You can't be you can't be a no holds barred kind of winner and be a great guy. Like you're gonna rub people the wrong way. You're gonna get in people's ass when they don't want you getting to get in their ass. You're gonna say shit to people that people don't want to hear. But at the same time, it's the cost of winning. And Jordan made it very clear. Like he made it so clear that I don't get how people can't understand or can't fathom. Those guys weren't here with me when I was going through it, when I broke my foot, when I was getting bounced out the fucking first round, when I was getting my ass mollywhopped by the bad boys. When I was losing to fucking Bird in Boston Garden, those guys weren't here. They ain't go through the pain. They ain't go through the motherfucking shit that I went through. He had a level and he had a standard that everybody on that team had to adhere to. And he said the perfect words. I never asked my teammates to do something that I wasn't fucking willing to do. I never asked them to do anything that I was not fucking willing to do. If I want them motherfuckers to run through a wall, I'm running through the wall first. If I want them niggas to pick it up and practice running, I was going to be first, leading the pack. I never asked them to do anything that I would not do. If that makes me a bad guy, so be it. If that rubs some guys the wrong way, so be it. It was the cost of winning. Sometimes your teammates ain't gonna like you. Trust me, I know. I know. A lot of your teammates ain't gonna like you because you want it so bad. You go out there and do whatever you can to get it. The man broke down. The man broke down, man. The last bit, episode 7, he was just like reflected on it. Like, if you don't want to play that way, if you don't want to come down here and sacrifice for the Bulls, don't play that way. Don't play that way. But over here, we done built this to a championship level team. And I'd be damned if I let anybody come over here and try to motherfucking sabotage that. And that's what it was, man. That's what it was. Was Michael Jordan a great guy? Probably not. We seen it. We see them riding guys' ass in that documentary. We see them on guys' ass. Like we see them talking shit to his teammates. We see them saying some things that be like, oh, okay. Was he a great teammate? You have to say yes. Yeah, you have to say he was the best teammate that anybody could ask for. Because the ultimate goal of a team is to win. The ultimate goal of a team is to raise that championship trophy year after year after year. And Jordan made sure his guys did that. He knew that nobody in the playoffs, nobody in the NBA was going to be as hard on his team or show them as much pressure as Jordan was going to do. He knew that. He knew that for a fact. And that's what he drove home time in and time out. All right, so we get to the episode 8. Episode 8. How did episode 8 start? Episode 8 started with the Bulls, the 1997 Bulls. Yeah, the 97 Bulls. 97 Bulls. They came back and they played that Horace Grant led Magic team in the Eastern Conference Finals. They smacked the shit out them boys. 4-0. 4-0. 4-0. And they Jordan made some comments and that led you to the, you know what I'm saying, know that he still had that animosity in his system by dude saying, oh, number 45 wasn't the number 23. He brought that up. Also, at this point in time, B.J. Armstrong was a part of the Charlotte Hornets, and they took a game in that playoff series against Michael Jordan. And from that point on, Jordan dominated. B.J. Armstrong celebrated at the end. He made some good shots. He was like, yeah, man, we won game 1. And from that point on, the Charlotte Hornets locker room knew that Jordan was finna come for their ass. He knew that Jordan was finna come for their ass. In this episode, we also see that Jordan got into a couple of fights with his teammates. Got into a fight with Will Perdue. He was hard on Scotty Barrera. He punched Steve Kerr in the face. Felt very bad about punching Steve Kerr in the face because he's punched the littlest dude on the court. Let him tell it. And he wasn't happy about him putting paws on Steve Kerr. So he called Steve Kerr and apologized. But the 97 Bulls, like, they were just as good. Like, the boys, man, I'm telling you, man, it's amazing to me the level at which Michael Jordan played at, man. Like, just think about it. The 90s was Clyde to Clyde, Hakeem, Shaq, Charles Barkley, Reggie Miller, David Robinson, fucking who else was in the 90s, man, that was good? You still had Isaiah for a little part of the 90s. Magic was in the 90s, you know, fucking hell. Karl Malone, John Stockton, they was in the 90s. Sean Kemp, Gary Payton, they was in the 90s. I mean, it was just so many elite basketball players that Michael Jordan did not allow to get a ring. You know, like, that's the biggest thing that I took from the documentary. Michael Jordan did not let those guys get a ring. And George Karl, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he had animosity with George Karl. George Karl didn't speak to him at a dinner, you know what I'm saying, one night. And Jordan put that in his memory banks and proceeded to go out there and kick the Supersonics' ass, you know what I'm saying? Even though Supersonics was a damn good team, the best team in the Western Conference all year. Jordan was just a different beast, man, when it came to that basketball court. This documentary right here has given me a lot of respect for what the man was able to do, what the man was able to accomplish, and the sacrifices that he made. He didn't. I mean, it wasn't about being a good guy to him. It wasn't about being accepted by your peers. It wasn't about being liked. It was about winning at all costs. And he said, man, sometimes people don't understand that because they ain't never won nothing, and that's true. Somebody who never won anything could not understand the sacrifice that Jordan had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan Kids was telling a story on the Breakfast Club. Like, he was a tough father. Set his daughter's sketches on fire. I'm Michael Jordan. Don't you wear no goddamn sketches around me. Don't ever bring no damn sketches into this house. Whatever shoe you want, nigga, we can get. Jordan brand. Pink, blue, whatever you want. We got it. So man, I'm just amazed by the man, by the legend, by the whole thing, man, is just extremely amazing. And I'm glad that I've been a part of 2020 to see this documentary. Till next time, man. Y'all know what it is with me, Mike on Sports. And yeah, man, we'll be back with another boxing show in here in just a little bit. Yes, sir.